Oh, to talk about Calypso is so very hard. How do I narrow it down into just a few stories? How much I love her, how much fun and laughter we've had together, and how many times we've played in the rain, one of my favorite moments that we shared together. I do have to say that one thing that really comes out as the peak of our experience is how we met. I was shocker, raised by wolves because my father, he found out that I was a girl. He kicked me out into the woods. I had to live out there with the wolves. And I found my true pack when Calypso introduced me to the Vixens. One of the most important lessons that she taught me and that she's taught all of us and taught all of our young fans, our VITs and their families, and even the young men that we've come across have learned, you don't need to be a man to be strong. And that is one of the most important lessons that I think the Vixens have taught me and what Calypso has taught me. And the other really important thing is that I was only eating meat before I met Calypso, and she introduced grapes to me as a treat. And the town apothecary has really said that that's opened up my possibilities for my diet to be so much better. If it comes to talking about meat, I just was so glad to meet Calypso, and she's completely changed my life. And Calypso, I love you so very much, and laughter and light and fighting, all such amazing heightened moments that we've shared together, that I think that a song is also a heightened moment, and that is what I'm going to share with you in just one moment. Fighting here with you, puppets in the rain, male volunteers, putting dresses on stage. These are the moments I'm glad Shakespeare was alive. These are the moments cleavage gives me so much pride. We've got rapiers galore, and we could not ask for more. A leak that starts a fight, amazing VITs, balls and whips collide, if you know what I mean. These are the moments I decide to chase a squirrel. These are the moments we have the best fans in the world. There is hair acting galore, and we could not ask for more. Couldn't wait for those water guns that sprayed you, but I parried both of the swords you drew, and every pun has been groaned at. That's what we do. And a fight here in this moment is right where it's supposed to be. And then we can drink more mead, and we could not ask for more. Vixens could not ask for more. No, we could not ask for more.
To come up with a favourite story about Calypso? That's difficult, if only because there are so many. I have had immeasurably wonderful experiences with that woman, and she's changed my life in so many ways. I mean, I used to be Daisy. I used to milk cows. I mean, I won awards for it, but I've milked cows. And now, look where I am. She's changed my life. I think, let's see, favourite things about Calypso that I can pull together into one story. She always has a quip for everything. She's always on top of her game. She always finds us perfect seats at the chessboard or at the joust so that we can see all of the tights of the gentlemen we might be potentially interested in, or who might be interested in us, after all. We are the Vixens. And otherwise, she's bloody lethal with a sword. Lethal. What you see on stage is only one part of it. She is unbelievable otherwise. It's really fun, and she's an incredible woman, and I cannot imagine what my life would be if she hadn't come into it. So there you have it. And Calypso, if you're watching this, I love you all to pieces.
Hello. I'm just practicing my games a little bit, trying to improve, trying to get a little better for this upcoming season. It's making me think about how grateful I am to be part of the Vixens, and how grateful I am that Calypso took a gamble on me, and that she brought us and she brought me into this incredible group of fabulous women that she created, and it has been such a joy to work and to perform alongside Calypso and all the ladies. I consider myself quite honoured to call myself a colleague and a friend of Calypso's. And so, my dear Calypso, we love you very, very much, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you so, so much.
If someone were to ask me, who is Calypso? She is straightforward. She's very artistic and knows what she wants. She's also a really good leader, a really good person to give, whether it's criticism or give a note or give advice. She does it in the most respectful and the most collaborative way possible, because I know that you're always open to hearing our opinions, to hearing our views on the world, and you don't look down on it. That's my biggest admiration that I have for you. That no matter how old someone is, no matter someone's background, you still value someone who has less experience in life or in the theater or stage combat. You still see them as an equal, as a collaborative part of your project. I always felt free to be who I am and to say what I want to say when I'm in your presence. And that's because you've opened that door. All I want is to make sure that you know that you're so loved and so respected. Because to be honest, I don't just see you as a strong woman. I see you as a strong person, and you taught me that that isn't something that should be different, separated. God, that is just such a lesson for the rest of us. Don't let anything get you down. I love you. I can't wait to go on all of our various adventures that lie ahead.
Oh, well, hello, Calypso. Nothing to see here. It's just it's my pie. But it's apple pie. It's very healthy, right? Don't tell Atalanta. She'll make me do push-ups for pie. So anyway, I just wanted to pop by, and I wanted to share my very first favorite Calypso story. It's actually from our 12 Vixen Days of Christmas, you introducing me to wassail. Who could have imagined how deliciously yummy that was? You did, and you changed my life. I think I fell asleep pretty hard right after that. But enough about wassailing. What I want to talk about is how much of an impact you've made on my life. I would not be the Persephone that I am today if it weren't for you. I mean, when I first joined the Vixens, I didn't even have poofs. You inspired me. You brought out the poofiness. You did that because you're an amazing leader. You're an inspiration because you pushed us to do the best that we could. And because of that, the Vixens has been the most incredible experience I've ever been a part of. I would not be who I am if it weren't for you. I'm so grateful for the stories that we have. And I know I talked about wassailing, and I could talk about karambits in porta potties, or I could talk about you walking off stage to go get a drink with a patron and Pandora going, Calypso, I need things, and me standing off at the side trying to sign that. I could talk about all these amazing moments that we've had on stage and off stage, but what I really want to make sure I tell you is that I love you, and I am absolutely the person I am today because of you. Thank you for being you and for pushing me and inspiring me to be the best me that I could be, because I could not have done that without you. I love you so incredibly much. I love you, I love you, I love you.
My, where do I even begin, darling? What is one of my favourite memories of Calypso? Oh my goodness. So we're performing, we're fighting. It's hot, the stage is uneven. I got a little flustered and I performed some choreography that, to be very frank with you, I'm not entirely sure had ever been performed before in the history of man. It was bloody terrifying what I did with that blade. But Calypso just kept going. She finished the fight, even though she had a crazy person coming at her with a blade from every angle, performing things that I've never even seen before. And at the end, I apologized, and I said, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I don't know what came over me, I'm not sure what on earth just happened. And she said, you're amazing. Just like that. She's able to hold on to important things and let go of small ones. And she's able to build you up. That's why she's the best leader around. You don't always get that with everyone. And definitely not with swordswomen. My God. We're all bloody crazy, but Calypso is really special. She's unwavering, unbelievably kind. And she always just wants what's best for us. She's the best.
Good day, Athena here to talk about one of my very favourite subjects, learning. I want to talk especially about the lessons that one can learn without the other person even knowing. For example, I learned from Sir Isaac Newton about the importance of fresh air and a well-balanced diet. From Nikola Tesla, about the nature of love. Ooh, cool. And of course, relatedly, from Neil deGrasse Tyson about restraining orders. One of my favourite teachers of all is Calypso. I've learned more from her than perhaps everyone else combined. I've learned so much not only about what we do on stage and the little tricks of vixenry, but also bigger things as well, like braveness and boldness and being true to yourself no matter what anyone else says, no matter what anyone else thinks. Calypso is always Calypso, deeply, thoroughly, and truly. And I am so consistently inspired by that every single day. I've also learned from her about family, and that family extends deeper than the people to whom you are directly and immediately related, but that you can form a family from friends and even from people who were once strangers. I've learned from her that family runs deeper than blood, and I know this to be true because the Vixens are my family, and I've stolen all of their DNA and had them tested. Don't tell them. I've also learned from Calypso, and I believe I'm legally obligated to say this one, that city permits must be acquired for any scientific experimentation taking place within county limits, especially those involving volatile compounds, due to the potential for harm to the safety of the general public. I got it. Yes. Thank you, Calypso, for these lessons and many, many others. I've learned more from you than I could ever say. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Calypso. I apologize for not being able to be more clothed, but the only time I had to film this was during my evening bath, because as you know what they say, hashtag mermaid problems. I wanted to tell you that a lot of people have been asking me, how does Calypso lead such an amazing group of women? And I always have the same answer for them. Calypso has a way of forming trust within the Vixens. To which they always reply with, well, do they do trust falls, or do you all get a cabin in the woods and have girl talk? To which I reply, I wish. Instead, I tell them a story about mutton and mead. We did Romeo and Juliet, and it was blisteringly hot. You were about to fight me and kill me. Multiple things happened at the same time. One, the sunscreen melted off my face. Two, the sweat already on my face carried the sunscreen into my eyes. Three, I went blind. And I had the thought of stopping the show, but instead I thought, it'll be fine. So I fuzzily looked at you, got into position, and proceeded to fight blind. We get to the end of the fight. Your rapier is perfectly placed on my side. I die. I go off stage. You die. You come off stage. And I go to you and I say, Calypso, I did that fight with my eyes shut. To which you reply, without skipping a beat, mind you, that's all right. I couldn't see either. It's at that moment where multiple things happened at the same time. One, I realized I could trust you on stage no matter what. Two, I could trust you with anything off stage, no matter what. And three, we are total badasses. We fought blind. Anyway, that is always my answer for when people ask how you lead such an amazing group of women. You've taught me trust, you've taught me fight skills, you've taught me people skills, which were needed. You've also gotten this mermaid out of the water and into the really large bottle of wine. So, cheers to that.
Calypso. I was just doing my warm-up, if you know what I mean. Do you remember this song specifically? We were on our way back, I think from the first night in Bristol, or maybe it was the end of the first weekend, but we were walking back and one of us started singing this song, and then we all started singing the song. And you know, every time I listen to it, every time I hear it, every time if I'm running or if I'm training or if I'm just having a laugh, I think of that moment. It is so seared on my brain. Anyway, you know me, I'm all about strength and all about honor and all about doing the absolute best you can and being as dreadfully stubborn as possible. And the more I think about that, I think it's a lot less Atalanta bringing that to Atalanta, and I think it's a lot more Calypso. I don't think I've ever thanked you for that. So, thanks. I can't tell you how much you mean to me and how much I think about you every single day. So please know I'm sending much love, much thoughts of a good stiff drink later, and much thoughts of absolute badassery, which is all you. I love you so much.
We wouldn't be here without your love. We wouldn't be who we are without you, love. For you are miraculous. And for me, and I know I can speak for everyone, you're our star. So I'm going to sing a song for you that was not written by me, but I believe it was written about you. Look how she lights up the sky, my belle Calypso, so far above me that I know in my heart she belongs not to only me. J'adore, je t'aime, Calypso. You're our queen of the night, so still
that someone as beautiful as she could love someone like me. Love always finds a way, it's true. And I love you, Calypso. This is called the musical interlude. Are we supposed to say serious and profound things? And so I'll just repeat. Go miraculous. Love is beautiful. That's the wrong note. Love is beautiful. Love is wonderful. Love is everything to me. Don't you agree? May we? Well, look how she lights up the sky.